Listen closely, and I mean really listen, because in the year 2026, the very concept of a home has been intentionally and systematically weakened by the global machine into something fragile, transparent, and completely dependent on an external grid that can be switched off at any moment by a nameless bureaucrat. They want your private sanctuary to be nothing more than a glass house where every single light, every digital lock, and every private conversation is monitored, logged, and controlled by a remote server in a city you've never visited. Andrew here, and today we are unlocking the 72nd vault of the Hidden Edge archives, the Sovereign Stronghold. We are decoding John Wayne's master doctrine on how to turn your private space into an impenetrable, self-sustaining fortress that remains standing tall even when the rest of the world is falling into a state of chaotic and irreversible collapse. You see, the Duke understood better than anyone that a man's home isn't just a convenient place to sleep. It is his primary base of operations, his final line of defense, and the sacred, sovereign ground where his rules are the only rules that matter. In the films, whether it was a lonely ranch under attack or a dusty outpost in the middle of a vast, hostile nowhere, the Duke knew that a perimeter is only as strong and as reliable as the man who guards it with his life. In the year 2026, a stronghold isn't just about having thick walls and heavy doors. It is about achieving total and absolute autonomy from a system that wants you weak and exposed. Doctor, record this opening protocol for the year 2026. If your home relies on the machine to function on a daily basis, you are not a master of your domain. You are merely a high-tech tenant in a digital prison. We are building the iron perimeter today, and we are starting with the foundation of radical self-reliance that no grid can touch. The era of the glass house is over. The era of the stone fortress begins now. Analyze the logic of the fortress with me, because in the year 2026, security is often sold to the masses as a high-tech, monthly subscription service, but real security is built only with the laws of physics and long-term foresight. To build a sovereign stronghold that actually protects your clan, you must master the ancient art of layered defense. We are decoding the Duke's outpost strategy for the modern age. John Wayne knew that you don't wait for the enemy to reach your front door before you take action. You spot their movement at the very edge of the valley while they are still miles away. In the year 2026, your physical perimeter must be both hardened to the eye and discreet to the observer. We are teaching you the Silent Sentry protocol, how to use passive, non-electric security measures that protect your perimeter without alerting the machine to your true strength or your hidden preparations. While others are foolishly installing smart cameras that feed their private data directly to the state's cloud, the sovereign man is using low-tech, high-reliability systems that continue to work perfectly even when the power goes out, the internet dies, and the satellites stop transmitting. We are looking at tactical landscaping, structural reinforcement, and visual obscuration. Your stronghold must be a place where an unwanted intruder feels the heavy weight of your presence and your preparation long before they ever see your face in the doorway. Doctor, examine the Duke's personal records on fortified sanctuaries, the specific way he designed his immediate environment to always give him the absolute tactical advantage in any possible confrontation. In 2026, a house that cannot be actively defended is just a temporary shelter waiting to be taken. We are making yours a permanent fortress of freedom that commands respect and ensures survival against any odds. In the third and most technically critical layer of the 72nd protocol, we build the Digital Moat. In the year 2026, a castle with 10-foot thick stone walls is completely useless if the back door is left wide open through a compromised Wi-Fi signal or a smart appliance that acts as a digital Trojan horse for the machine. We are decoding electronic sovereignty in its purest form. John Wayne valued his personal privacy and his silence above all else. He didn't invite the prying eyes of the whole world into his living room for a subscription fee. In the year 2026, your stronghold must be electronically opaque, a ghost in the machine. We are teaching you the hardened network, how to ruthlessly sever the invisible threads that allow the system to reach into your private sanctuary and monitor your family. This means systematically eliminating surveillance capitalism from every corner of your life. No voice-activated assistants, no cloud-dependent locks, and no devices that report back to the mothership without your explicit, manual permission. Your critical data must be stored locally, protected by encryption layers that the machine's standard algorithms cannot easily crack or bypass. While the masses are living in digital glass boxes where their every move, sound, and transaction is logged for the history books, you are building a digital Faraday cage around your clan. Doctor, record this. In the year 2026, a man who cannot secure his data is a man who cannot secure his home or his future. We are digging the digital moat today, and we are filling it with the cold, deep water of total encryption and absolute privacy. Your home will be a black hole to the machine's prying eyes, invisible, untouchable, and completely sovereign from the digital noise of the valley. Analyze the logistics of survival within the fortress walls, because a stronghold is not just a place of static defense. It is a place of continuous, sovereign life, regardless of the chaos outside. John Wayne understood deeply that in a prolonged siege, the man with the most water, the most energy, and the most ammunition wins every single time, without exception. We are decoding the Duke's stockpile doctrine for the year 2026. The system uses fragility as a primary weapon of mass control. They want you perpetually dependent on just-in-time global supply chains for your food, your clean water, and your basic energy needs so they can leverage your hunger against your freedom. But in this sovereign stronghold, we practice the art of strategic redundancy. You must have at least 6 months, if not a full year, of everything your clan needs to survive and thrive without a single outside delivery or interaction. We are talking about deep storage, food that lasts for decades, water filtration systems that never fail even in the worst conditions, and independent energy systems that harness the sun, the wind, and the earth without reporting a single watt to a utility company. While the city outside your walls is panicking over a minor supply chain disruption or a massive power grid failure, the sovereign family inside the stronghold is sitting down to a hot, prepared meal in a well-lit, secure room. We are teaching you energy independence and resource sovereignty as the ultimate forms of political protest. Your home must be an island of absolute stability in a vast sea of digital and social chaos. Doctor, examine the Duke's personal inventory on frontier readiness, how he ensured that his outpost was always prepared for a full year of isolation if the world went mad. In 2026, your pantry is your treasury, and your independent backup power is the ultimate proof of your freedom from the grid's tyranny. We are closing this massive, technical, and operational 70-second chapter with the sovereign proclamation of the fortress. Take a long, hard look at the world around you in the year 2026. It is a world increasingly populated by nomads and tenants, people who own nothing of substance and are perpetually vulnerable to the whims of the state, the fluctuations of the global market, and the sudden failures of the grid. But as long as Andrew is broadcasting from these vaults, as long as you are building your life according to the 70-second protocol, you will never, ever be a victim of external circumstances. John Wayne's final and most powerful lesson on the stronghold was simple but profound. A man's home is his absolute castle, and he should be prepared to defend its sanctity with everything he has, down to his last breath. In the year 2026, your sovereign stronghold is the ultimate physical manifestation of your mental and spiritual independence. It is the sacred place where you raise your children in the light of the truth, where you protect your hard-earned legacy from the thieves of the age, and where you stand as a free and upright man regardless of what the terrifying headlines of the day say. This is Andrew, signing off from the 70-second vault of the Edge archives, hidden behind walls of solid granite and digital firewalls of reinforced iron. The system desperately wants you to be exposed, vulnerable, and completely dependent on their mercy. But as long as you have your stronghold, you are the undisputed master of your own destiny and the protector of your bloodline. Go out there today and start hardening your physical perimeter. Secure your digital gates with ironclad encryption. Stock your pantry like the survival of the world depends on it. Be the man whose home is an unbreakable, unshakable bastion of human liberty. Stay rugged, stay defended, stay completely, unapologetically sovereign within your own walls. Because the frontier is here, and the fortress is you. The walls are up, the gates are locked, and the spirit is finally free. Andrew out.